So hi everyone, and welcome to this series of quick Q&A masterclasses for the applicants of the theatre category of the Nottingham Young Creative Awards. So I'm Flo, and this first video is focusing on advice for monologues from me, a young actor's perspective. So I'm joined by Louise Kay from Lakeside, and Lakeside is running the theatre category, and so Louise is going to be asking me some of the most common questions young actors have about monologues. So why don't you take it away, Louise?
Yeah, so I'm going to kick off asking these questions, Florence, and hopefully they can just help you when you're doing your monologues for the awards. So, Florence, what would you say is key to nailing a monologue performance?
I would say the key to nailing a monologue performance is always going to be thorough preparation. So it isn't all about what you do in that moment when you're performing your monologue, because all of your preparation is inevitably going to inform your performance. And then the panel are just going to be able to see whether you've done your prep or not.
Very true. So in terms of prep, what can you do to prepare for your monologue?
I always like to practice my monologues out loud, because when it comes to filming it for the awards, you have to perform it out loud. So don't just film it, don't just learn it in your head, because when it comes to filming, that might be the first time that you hear your own voice performing it. So I would suggest practicing with someone that you know, maybe performing it in front of them. And I know this might feel embarrassing in the moment, but when it comes to filming yourself, you're going to be so glad that you had that practice, and it's going to feel so much less awkward when you're stood there doing it by yourself.
Yeah, definitely. I think when you've only done something in your head and then you suddenly do it out loud, it's very different to having voiced it. So I totally agree. So would you say that any traps that you can easily fall into when preparing and performing your monologue?
I definitely think there's some common mistakes that people can make. And one is to remember that your monologue is part of a wider scene within a wider play. And this applies even if you're writing your own monologue for the awards. You have to think about the context of the moment. So what's happened just before? What's going to happen afterwards? Are you talking to anyone? Are you on your own? Is there other people in the space with you? Because all of this is going to impact your performance, where you're directing your lines, the energy that you start that monologue with, and the intention that you have as you begin to end it. But I would also say not to rush. That is my other piece of advice, because 3 minutes is so much longer than you think, and you have 3 minutes to do this monologue. So do not rush, because you don't want to do all that prep and then just be really fast and all your words mashed together and the panel can't exactly tell what you're saying. And it would be such a shame to lose all that prep that you've done. So I would definitely say just pause, take a breath, and take your time.
Yeah, that's very good advice. And I guess in terms of like taking your time, and when it comes to the day when you're going to be filming it, what can you do on the day to help your performance?
Warm up. Please, please, please warm up your body and your voice. And there's so many videos on YouTube. If you don't have any go-to warm-up exercises, there's so many that you can find. And, you know, some people might be able to just roll out of bed and like do their monologue, but the chances are that you're human and you need to wake up your body and your voice. So please do that. And I would also say give yourself lots of time to film. It's not necessarily all going to get done in 10 minutes and then that's it, because the beauty of filming it yourself in your own home is that you can do it as many times as you want, and we don't know that. You can do it as many times as you want, we'll never know. But on the other hand, I would also say don't entirely antagonize over it, because there's no such thing as perfect, and you could spend forever trying to refine it, but we just want to see you, and it might be that your first or your second or your third is the freshest, and that's going to be the best one to show you.
Yeah, definitely. I think also it's so easy, like you said, to overthink it and then maybe overact, or actually when you're most natural and you've done your prep, to then second guess yourself. So I'd agree. I think, you know, you have the luxury of being able to film it, but multiple times, but maybe don't overdo that.
Yeah.
So, Florence, as we've got you and you're an experienced actor yourself, could you share something that you've, like any of your experiences of being an actor?
Yes, I would say don't be scared to make bold choices, because I can remember so many times when I wish I had just gone for it and make that bold choice in an audition or when doing a monologue. And the judging panel is going to be able to tell if you're holding back or if you're really going for it in the moment. So I would say follow your gut, even if you think it might be an unconventional choice for your monologue. It shows bravery and creativity, and that's exactly what the judging panel are looking for.
Great advice, thank you. So have you got any last tips for those who are thinking to apply for the awards?
I would say just to enjoy it and take these Young Creative Awards as what they are, an opportunity to be doing what you love. So for the theatre category, that's acting. So just really go for it, have fun in the moment. And again, the judging panel are going to be able to tell if you're in your own head or if you're there in the moment, just absolutely enjoying yourselves. So just have fun with it, because that's what it's all about.
Perfect. Oh, well, thank you so much. That was super insightful and really interesting. We're really lucky to have someone who's experienced in acting and delivering monologues here to give us that advice. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Lou, for asking me all the questions. So I'd say to anyone at home who is watching this and is thinking about applying for the theatre category of the Young Creative Awards, or if you have any questions, you can visit the Young Creatives website, or you can get in touch with us here at Lakeside, and keep your eye out for more Q&A sessions on the Lakeside social media.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you, Louise.